Good afternoon and welcome to Thunderbird Stadium at the Point Grey campus at the University of beautiful British Columbia. It's League 1 BC Women's Division action. Our featured game this weekend is the double-header between Vancouver Rise and Vancouver Whitecaps taking on Altitude FC. It's the women's match, first up, set to kick off at noon. I'm your match commentator, Michael McCall, and we'll get through the starting lineups for both of these, which hopefully you can hear because the PA system is so loud here, I can't even hear myself through the headphones here. But for the visiting, league-leading Altitude FC in goal is number 30, Dakota Beckett. We'll give you the rest in numerical order. They're lining up in a 4-3-3 formation. Number 2 is Sophia Ferreira. Number 9 is Bailey Dirksen. Number 14 is Taya Dennehy. Number 17 is Eva Ferreira. Number 18 is Claire Logan. Number 19, Olivia Gomez. Number 20, Jada Thompson. Number 22, Kiara Kilby. Number 24, Sienna Gibson. And number 33, Emma Yee. Two players in that Altitude lineup making their first League 1 appearances of the season, heading back from college, and that is Claire Logan and Emma Yee. Two players that have come through the Whitecaps Girls Elite in the last couple of years and have won League 1 BC championships. The Girls Elite, of course, are now rebranded as Vancouver Rise Academy, and they line up today in a 3-4-3 formation with 4 changes from their last outing. In goal is number 52, Samantha Powell. Number 33, Raquel Partovi. Number 35, Kira Martin. Number 39, Lacey Kindle. Number 40 is Quinn Thompson. Number 41, Bianca Patik. Number 44, Tora Betteridge. Number 46, Zara Baines. Number 47, Adriana Geese. Number 58, Tia Mason. And number 74, Annalicia Rafu. Powell, Patik, Rafu and Mason are the 4 changes for the Rise, led by first-year head coach Sam Givot, taking over from Katie Collar. And the Whitecaps Girls Elite, now the Rise, 3 times League 1 BC champions. But they're going to have it all to do this year if they're going to get back to claiming another title and representing BC in the inter-provincial championships. They've played 6 games so far. They currently sit in 3rd in the League 1 BC standings. They've won 3, they've drawn 1 and 2 defeats, 17 goals for, 11 goals against. They are a team with the 3rd worst defensive record, and we're not used to seeing that from the Whitecaps or the Rise in years past. They sit on 10 points and they trail the league leading Altitude by 5 right now. They've played 5, they've won 5, 18 goals for, 4 goals against. Altitude have the best defensive record in League 1 BC, but this is a matchup this afternoon between the 2 highest scorers in League 1 BC so far this season. Can we expect goals? Are the defences going to come out on top? We'll find out very soon. Altitude in the all-black jerseys with the white numbers and trim, going from right to left in this first half, and they'll be getting the action underway. The Rise in their lovely lime green and yellow trim and numbers going from left to right, and the match is underway, and right away Altitude on the attack and just runs out. It looked like that had been kept in, I've got to say, but the linesman on this near side quickly up with the flag. Man in the middle for this one is referee Liam Abreu. First assistant referee is Ben Anthony. Second assistant referee is Batahan Ozer. And the 4th official is Herman Chan. 8 different players have found the back of the net so far for the Rise this season. 8 different players have also registered assists. Quinn Thompson and Jade Mitchell lead the way in the scoring ranks with 4 goals apiece. Adri Geese and Kira Martin with 3 and 2 assists respectively are the team leaders in that regard. Altitude have just got such a stacked roster. 9 different players have scored goals, 9 different players have got assists and leading the way. And the women to certainly watch this afternoon is Jada Thompson, wearing the number 20 jersey for Altitude. She's got 5 goals and 2 assists so far. As Taya Dennehy sends that free kick in, it's cleared by the Rise. And expect Altitude to be on the front foot for much of this. It's an interesting matchup because the Rise, the home team, playing in their home stadium here. But this Altitude team, although they're the visitors, they have so many current and former and soon to be UBC Thunderbird players on this roster that they are also going to be very familiar with this pitch. So no home field advantage at all for the Rise. And this is a pitch that can certainly have a lot of intricacies in it. It's a pitch, really, you want to know how to play in it. It has some interesting bounces, so let's just put it that way. It is a bit of an older pitch now. Could do with a replacement, you feel. And we'll see if Altitude can make their knowledge of it pay. They've certainly been on the front foot in the first 2 minutes here as the Rise struggling to really get out of their half and really out their final third. It's turned over again by the Rise. Dennehy picking that one up. Ball played forward for Bailey Dirksen. Hits the byline. A good block though. Kira Martin leading by example in the back line there. And she's going to have a busy afternoon, you feel. She's going to have to come up with another one of these solid performances at Altitude. Trying to turn the screw early. And it's the second and final meeting this season between these two sides. If you haven't been along with us for these games so far, no playoffs this year, no championship game. It's a straight league season, 16 matches. Each team will play each other twice, 9 teams in League 1BC for the 2025 season. And these two teams met on April 6th at Kinsman Field. And it was at Altitude that came away. It's a great run there from the woman I told you to keep an eye on, Jada Thompson, who has been in absolutely fantastic form. She's only played 3 games so far this year, 5 goals and 2 assists. She is certainly a player to watch, not just in League One, but also this upcoming college season for UBC, and a player that you have to feel is going to find her way into the Northern Super League sooner rather than later. The Rise heavily penned back in the early going here, and again another turnover. Dennehy plays that forward. It comes out to Olivia Gomez. Gomez has played every minute of every match so far for Altitude. Nice little give and go there. It comes back to Gomez from Emma Yee, the former Whitecap, who is just back from her rookie season at the University of Illinois, where she got a goal and 2 assists in her 18 appearances there. Now the Rise maybe have a chance to build something for the first time here. Geese. Nice touch inside. Touch and turn from Quinn Johnson. She goes for goal, and it's the first shot of the afternoon for the Rise, and it's straight down the middle and easily dealt with by Dakota Beckett in the Altitude goal. Quinn Thompson leading or co-leading this Rise team with 4 goals so far. She's having a very good League 1BC season. Her second in the league for Johnson. Only made a couple of fleeting appearances last year for the Whitecaps Girls Elite, as long as one appearance in the Interprovincials, but has really come onto our game this year, the Langley United alumni. And it's a touch inside now for Dirksen, and it's the first goal of the afternoon, 6 minutes in. Bailey Dirksen tucks it away for her 3rd goal of the season. The nice touch inside from Kiara Kilby, and Altitude off and running early in this one. Bailey Dirksen doesn't miss from there. Such a dangerous striker, and she puts the league leaders 1-0 up in the early going here. And Kiara Kilby and Bailey Dirksen have linked up several times so far this season for Altitude. They have been very, very dangerous. And it's a mixture of youth and experience that's leading the line for Altitude. That is now Kilby's second assist of the season to go with Dirksen's third goal.
Dirksen in the 6th minute.
Can the Rise have an immediate answer? Goes for going again, easily dealt with by Dakota Beckett. Bailey Dirksen, the goal scorer there. 2 years in the college game under her belt with the UBC Thunderbirds. 2 U-Sport national titles. I don't think it can get much better than that when you have moved up into the college game. Yee sends that forward, looking to play in Judah Thompson. I mean, this Altitude team have already looked so dangerous through their first 5 games, and then you're adding in the likes of Claire Logan and Emma Yee just to make them even more of a threat, and it's going to take something to stop Jessie Simon's side. Simon's back in League 1BC this year after a couple of years with varsity and then not so much in the league. Gomez now just holds the play up, touch back to Dennehy, and she'll send that all the way back to Ava Ferreira. The 2 Ferreira sisters in the back line this afternoon for Altitude, and it comes out to the other one, Sophia. Her cross is blocked. Martin with the clearance. And that's a chance maybe for the Rise to get something going. They need to get numbers forward here, and the flag up. Johnson had played that through. Just not keeping onside there was Bianca Patek. And a lot of these Rise Academy players have experience at the top level, having played for the Girls Elite in the CONCACAF Champions Cup last year, the inaugural Women's Champions Cup. And it's going to be the Rise Academy that represent Canada in the tournament come August, September and October as well. And I'm sure the Rise will be hoping that they can maybe drop some players down from the NSL squad to that Academy team, because it's been a tough going for this young Rise Academy team in League 1 this year. Hasn't been the free-flowing, high-scoring football that we're used to seeing from the Whitecaps Girls Elite over the years. Altitude straight back at it after winning the ball back. That ball just gets away from Sienna Gibson, back with Altitude after being away with Vancouver Rise's NSL team. The Whitecaps Girls Elite alumni getting a developmental call-up for 3 matches for the Rise, featuring in 2 of them and getting the start in their last appearance as well against AFC Toronto. I know the Rise think very highly of her, going up against the Rise Academy this afternoon. For Altitude, ball out to Sophia Ferreira. Little give and go with Thompson. It just doesn't quite come off, and it's mopped up by Hannah Baines, and it's a chance now for the Rise to get something going. End-to-end stuff so far Altitude just happy to knock it about. I mentioned the first meeting this season. It was the season opening match for both of these teams, and it was Altitude that came away with the 3-2 victory. A great start for Altitude in that one. Hannah Baines and an own goal had them 2-0 up by the 36th minute. But Quinn Johnson and Jade Mitchell struck back before half-time, and the decisive goal coming in the 90th minute from Olivia Gomez. Are we in for another exciting goal fest between these two teams this afternoon? Altitude getting the early breakthrough. If you're just joining us, just 6 minutes in, Bailey Dirksen getting a nice little touch inside from Ciara Kilby, and finishing with aplomb past Samantha Powell. Yee brings it down as dancing her way through. Must be weird for her going up against some of her former teammates. But Emma Yee had a fantastic League One season last year. Played 9 games before heading down to Illinois, getting a couple of goals, but a lot of great performances. And if we were given second assist, Emma Yee would have had them in abundance last year for the Whitecaps Girls Elite. Dennehy now doing well to hold off Patek. Sprays that out to Thompson. She does her little shimmy forward to Kilby, and she tries to send that in again to Dirksen. This time Martin gets a foot in that one. That's going to be behind for an Altitude corner here in the 14th minute. The visitors from the North Shore with the 1 goal advantage so far. And it's going to be Olivia Gomez over on corner kick duty here. Gomez sends it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Baines with a big foot clears it. Only as far though as Yee. She twists, turns away, gets the shot in. Dealt with at the second attempt there from Better Ridge. And danger comes back in again. It just eludes the outstretched fruit there from Kilby. Almost a second for Altitude 15 minutes into this one. Very good first quarter of an hour here. Hope you are enjoying the action wherever you are taking this in, whether you're watching it live or on demand on the L1BC YouTube channel. Remember, you can keep up to date with everything L1BC by downloading the League One Canada app. You'll get scores, live updates, results, player stats and more available in the Apple and Android stores. Look for the League One Canada app. You can also check everything out on the L1BC website, L1BC.ca. Gibson wins that back for the visitors. Gomez sends up the wing, just runs away from Yee, but it's going to keep their eyes penned deep in their own half here. And remember, we like to make these broadcasts interactive. If you want to get in touch during the broadcast, you can do so on Twitter/X by sending me a message at AFTN Canada. That's AFTN Canada. If that is not your thing, shoot me an email, aftncanada@hotmail.com. If you want to chat about the League One season, this match, let us know where you're taking the action in from. We love to hear from you during the broadcast, and we'll get through your messages as the game goes on. It's a Rise now, looking to try and get back on level terms. That's a ball here for Geese to try and chase down. She's going to keep it in as well. Yee, though, keeps her penned in out wide. Geese running out of room and still battling away. That's great play there from Adri Geese to win her side a corner. It's the first corner of the afternoon for the Rise. Hannah Baines over on corner kick duty for Vancouver Rise. Movement in the box, but she decides to go short. She's going to get the return pass here. Out to the edge of the box, played through to Betteridge, and that shot comes in, but takes a touch on the way through. Out for an altitude goal kick. Emma Yee had made the run forward, still wide open back out here on the left if Altitude can get the ball over to this side. Closed down now though by Geese as Beckett sends it out, and it's cut out by Geese. Just eludes Rafu though. And now Gibson will start it going the other way. Sophia Ferreira. It's a ball forward for Kilby to try and get onto quickly. Off a line with Samantha Powell dealing with that danger. And the Rise will quickly get back onto it going the other way now. One back though by Altitude. Gibson doing a fantastic roll in the middle of the park, and nice footwork again there from Emma Yee. Gets past the first Rise player in a way, can't get it past old Lacey Kindle. Kindle to play with a shot a couple of minutes ago that just went wide. Geese now. Little give and go, plays that forward, looking for Kindle. And that's just going to get ushered back to Dakota Beckett. She's not taking any chances with that one, and just a big boot will send that one out into touch. Crowd still slowly coming into Thunderbird Stadium here. Thankfully the rain has gone off. It's been very wet yesterday and this morning, so it's going to be a bit of a sodden pitch. And spoke at the start about this pitch can play a little bit weird at times. You do get some weird bounces, and it certainly does hold water. So we'll see if that affects anything as the game goes on. Starting to brighten up now. Even see little pockets of blue sky in amongst the clouds as well. As Kindle gets that, chested down, cuts it back to Baines. She goes with a rocket on the shot, and it's just parried away and collected though by Dakota Beckett. Gomez now lets that run, tries to get away from Baines, looks to send that up the line to Yee. Not quite on the same page there. As mentioned, this is Emma Yee's first appearance of the season for Altitude. Might take a couple of games, or at least a spell of this one, before maybe everyone is on the same page chemistry wise and knowing who is making what run. Ava Ferreira plays that forward to Kilby. She plays it out to Ava's sister Sophia. That's a great delivery in from the Portuguese under-23 international. It's well dealt with by the Rise. He'll get a chance to break forward now. It's a through ball. Look to see if the flag was going up there. It stays down. Kindle plays it forward to Johnson, and she's forced to play this one back. And the shot comes in, takes all the power off it from the deflection. And Beckett quickly mopping that one up. Altitude with another attempt there, but again the deflection takes all the power out of that shot. Altitude though keeping the pressure on here, and they're forcing a lot of turnovers in the early stages here. He holds the ball up. She's surrounded by two Rise players and gets her pocket pick there from Geese. And Adri Geese winning free kick for her side just inside the Altitude half. Ferreira sends that forward to Kilby. Nice touch and turn from that. And now Gibson sends Thompson free, but her pace just too much there. Unable to stay on side in the through ball, but great movement again from Altitude there. And Kilby's little touches, I think, go a bit unnoticed for what Altitude's been doing this season. Kilby does have 2 goals and 2 assists from what is now her 4th appearance of the year. But the UVic Vikes alumni is such a key player to Jessie Simmons' side, one of the older players on the team at 28. And she has had time in the pro game over in Ireland with Treaty United. And I think Ciara Kilby would love to add a League 1BC Championship medal to go with her Island League Season 1 that she got this year with Gorge, and also a Provincial Women's A Cup Championship medal as well. It's been a good 2025 so far for Ciara Kilby. And it's been a good 2025 for Altitude in the women's side. Leading the way, unbeaten, 100% record so far this season. Good movement again to try and make space, and Thompson. That through ball there, not quite coming off from Ferreira, but it's won back by Gibson. Kilby battling away, little touch inside for Thompson. She takes a touch and a big save from Samantha Powell to deny the dangerous Jada Thompson. And you just see her explosive pace there. Past the midway point now in the first half. Past the 25th minute mark now as well. Altitude with that narrow 1 goal advantage coming 6 minutes in from Bailey Dirksen. Her 3rd goal of the League 1BC campaign so far in her 4th appearance. Rise trying to get something going here. Lacey Kindle does well. Touch outside to Patek. Trying to make room for the shot still. Bianca Patek tries to thread that through for Quinn Johnson. Nice idea, but just too much on that for Johnson to try and get onto, and that'll just run through to Dakota Beckett. Ferreira has the ball here for the throw-in for Altitude. We know she's got a long throw in her, but she's looking for some movement just now. Sends it forward to Dirksen. Little back heel. Comes back to Dirksen from Gibson. She's got room now to send the ball in. Comes to Yi on the edge of the box. Touch outside now to Gomez. Gomez with the delivery. Back into Sienna Gibson. She takes it away from the keeper, but just forced wide in the end. And the Rise survive another scary moment in their box. They've been put under a lot of pressure at the back, Vancouver Rise, but they're doing well to sustain it so far, and still just trailing by that single goal. Still very much in this one. This is a match you feel the Rise have to get the 3 points from if they want to make it 4 straight League 1 BC championships. They trail Altitude by 5 going into this game, having played an extra game. A win today for the Rise would certainly change their fortunes in regards to the title chase. Ferreira immediately getting put under pressure there from Thompson, forcing Altitude back, and that's a loose one. Claire Logan making a rare mistake. Don't see that too often from her, but Dakota Beckett quickly off her line to get a foot to that as the Rise win themselves a free kick just about 6-7 yards inside the Altitude half. Kira Martin on free kick duty this afternoon, as she has been for a lot of this season. 2 assists so far on the year for the 17-year-old centre-back, and she floats one in there. Again, nice idea. No one able to get onto the end of it in a lime green jersey, and that will just run through to Beckett once again. Eva Ferreira thought about sending it long, decides to go up the wing instead, as the give and go there from Yi and Gomez nearly coming off. But Taya Mason back doing a good defensive shift there. Taya Mason played in all 5 of the Whitecaps Girls Elite CONCACAF Champions Cup matches. Delayed, heading off to college. She'll be going to the University of Illinois, where she'll be linking up with a couple of other players on this pitch just now, including the player going up against her in Emma Yi. And that one falls to Kilby. Shot comes, it's parried, and it's tucked away over the keeper. A lovely little lob finish there from Jada Thompson. The fierce strike coming in from Kiara Kilby. A good save by Samantha Powell, and the rebound falls perfectly to Jada Thompson. She still had work to do, and delightful little lift over the keeper there. And it's 2-0 for Altitude, 31 minutes into this one. And it's a 6th of the season now for Jada Thompson. That the key second goal Altitude were pushing for. Reminder though, they did go 2 goals up in the first meeting between these teams on April 6th, and the Rise did come storming back. Does feel that it might be a little bit different now, as Altitude have kind of found their groove in this League 1 BC season. Jada Thompson just in fantastic form, leading the Golden Boot race. It's Jada Thompson's first season playing in League 1 BC, but she's had experience in League 1 the last 2 years. She's been playing out in Ontario. Thompson from Markham in Ontario, and she's had the last couple of years with Woodbridge Strikers. She had an 8-goal season with Woodbridge last year, and she's on course to beat that. And here she goes again, touching inside to Kilby. She looked offside there, but the flag stayed down. Definitely thought Kilby was in an offside position as that ball came through. But no harm done for the Rise as they try and get it going the other end. Baines, little touch outside now for Lacey Kindle to tear up the line. Kindle touches inside, forced to play that one back. Martin goes for the long range effort. Not troubling Dakota Beckett. Altitude looking to make it 6 wins from 6 to start this campaign. They've been pushed in a couple of games. As I mentioned, the Rise gave them a bit of a push in the first game. They needed a stoppage time winner to see off Burnaby 2-1 a couple of weeks ago. But Jesse Simons leading this team, and he went through a perfect record in U Sports and Canada West. Taken to extra time in one of the games at Nationals, but an undefeated season for UBC Thunderbirds under Jesse Simons, and he's looking to see if he can take that undefeated streak into League 1 and then take that into next year's Canada West and U Sports season. Nice play there from Kindle. Touches that outside to Geeson. That's a little touch and kick on Kindle on the way through there, and that's going to bring up a free kick from a dangerous opportunity right on the edge of the D. I'm sure the Rise would love to have Noelle Sather with them this year. She had a couple of stunning free kicks and long range strikes for the Whitecaps Girls Elite last year. Quinn Thompson and Ciara Martin in discussions about what to do with this. Martin walking away. It's going to be the co-leading scorer for the Rise, Quinn Thompson. Everyone back defending this for Altitude. 5 players lined up in the wall for Beckett. Thompson steps up and hits it, and what a strike from Quinn Thompson. Beautiful free kick, leaving Dakota Beckett rooted to the spot. 35 minutes and the Rise pull one back here, and a great free kick from Quinn Thompson, taking her tally to the season to 5. She now leads the Rise Academy in goals in her own right, and the Rise very much back in this one. Quinn Johnson, beautiful strike. May have called her Thompson in the build up to that. Too many Thompsons and Johnsons on the pitch just now, but Quinn Johnson striking that one so well. Nothing Dakota Beckett could do with that, and it's game very much back on. And are we going to follow a similar pattern to the first meeting of these two teams that saw Altitude go 2 goals up before the Rise went in at the break, all tied up at 2?
Vancouver goal, scored by number 40, Quinn Johnson. In the 36th minute. Johnson in the 36th minute.
Altitude though straight back at it, winning themselves another corner out on the far side, and Olivia Gomez is going to be out to take this one. Gomez, great delivery, punched away by Powell under a lot of traffic and unfair traffic at that, and the Rise will bring themselves a free kick. Sam Gavot is going to be very happy with what he's seen from his side, fighting back from that 2-goal adversity. Now very much back in this game. Lacey Kindle getting held up there by Emma Yee, her former Girls Elite teammate. And Thompson does well to win that back, plays it forward to Kilby. She holds it up, touch inside now for Gibson. She'll get Yee going up the left-hand side. Emma Yee, we know she's got pace to burn, and we also know she's got a little bit of an edge to her from what we saw in League One last year. A nice little touch in the back from Yee to try and get the advantage over Adri Geese, but an unfair one. And that's going to bring up another free kick for the Rise. As Geese a little bit winded, it looks like, from that challenge. Emma Yee certainly doesn't take any prisoners out there. She's got 3 League 1 BC titles under her belt with the Whitecaps, looking to make it 4 in 4. Former TSS Rover and Whitecap Nick White, the only player to win League One titles with 2 different teams, doing it in 22 and 24 with TSS, and then with the Whitecaps Academy in 2023. Ferreira plays it forward to Kilby. Again, she does well to hold it up and turn away. Sprays it out to Ferreira. Gets past the marker, hits the byline, sends it in. And the Rise get this one cleared. Now Johnson bringing this one forward, but just gets too much traffic in her way. Dennehy holding her up and given away there by the Rise, but Dirksen can't spring an attack, and the Rise will build again from the back. Nice little touch and turn away there from Kindle. And if you're a long-time Lower Mainland football fan or Canadian football fan, yes, Lacey Kindle is the daughter of Steve Kindle, as she tries to get onto the end of that one, as does Geese, but it just is going to run out. And Altitude will get a throw in as we move into the last 5 minutes of the first half here at Thunderbird Stadium. Been a pulsating and entertaining first half so far. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're taking this one in from. We've got the men's match coming up between the Whitecaps and Altitude at 3 o'clock. That's another game that sees both teams desperate to try and get the victory in that one to jumpstart their season a little bit. Altitude just with their little passing triangles. Not advancing it anywhere, but not putting themselves under any pressure either. And almost putting themselves under pressure there, just a little bit too fancy. And the Rise break it up and get a throw in. And it's Adriana Geese looking to try and get some movement. Gets a return past Geese and immediately closed down the pressing game from Altitude. Always very strong And they get the ball back here and will recycle it out the back line. Sophia Ferreira, first time touch forward to Gibson. She turns away beautifully, sends it to Gomez, who was wide open there with just a heavy first touch from Olivia Gomez, and it just runs away from her. And the Rise will get a chance to mop this up and try and get something going into the last 3 now in the first half. That through ball looking for Patek. She'd straight into an offside position, so couldn't get the ball played forward any earlier. Had come back onside, but just too much in the pass in the end. Jada Thompson just cleaning out, I think, Quinn Johnson on the far side there. Jada going over just to make sure it's not too bad a challenge, but Quinn Johnson, the goal scorer for the Rise, back up on her feet. She'll look to shake this one off as the Rise have 2 minutes plus stoppage time to try and get into the break on level terms. Altitude, though, would like to try and go in and restore their 2-goal advantage. Dirksen, she's been held fairly quiet so far, aside from that opening goal. And Dirksen wins a free kick for her side, the first one that they're going to get on this side of the pitch. It's going to be Taya Dennehy on corner kick duty here on the near side. Into the last minute now. We'll keep an eye on the 4th official for how much time is likely to get added on. As Dennehy with the delivery, it's right on top of Powell, who drops it but gets it at the second attempt. The 15-year-old keeper from Winnipeg. Been a good conveyor belt of talent coming through the Girls Elite and the Rise Academy, as a misplay there at the back from Hannah Baines. You don't see... Zara Baines. Hannah Baines is on altitude. Too many Baines. But you don't see too many mistakes from Zara Baines. She's had a very strong season for the Rise. But now it's going to bring up another dangerous chance here for altitude. And it's Gomez over on the far side to take this one. Quickly gets the ball back, sends it in. Baines at the near post. Dennehy sends that back in, and it's just poked forward. Can Ferreira keep it in? No, she can. It's going to run behind. And as I'm sure you heard there from the very loud PA, a minimum of 2 minutes of time to get added on here. And in case you think it's just my old ears, that there are people beside me that are also complaining about the noise from the PA system. If anyone is listening to this that can do anything about it for the second half, it would be nice to take it down a level. I think you can possibly hear this up at SFU, never mind throughout the Point Grey campus right now. Kilby gets the ball from Gibson, but again, a good defensive block by the Rise, and it gets a chance to spark something. Patek immediately put under pressure from Eva Ferreira, but Patek does well. Gets that out to Geese on the right. She'll play that one forward for Kindle to try and chase down, but Gomez breaks it up. It's been good end-to-end stuff from start to finish in this one, and Emma Yee showing some flashy footwork there. Sophia Ferreira up the right wing for Thompson. Puts on the jets once again, gets into the box under pressure. Had to get the delivery in. Wasn't a good one in the end from Jada Thompson, but Altitude will get a throw in on the far side. into the last 30 seconds with the minimum of 2 to get added on. So this is probably the last chance for Altitude to restore their 2-goal advantage. Ferreira with a long throw, flicked on by Kilby. That has too much and that will run behind, and that will probably pretty much do it for the action in the first half here. All eyes on referee Liam Abreu. And the man in the middle brings the first half to a close, and it's been an entertaining first half at that. League leading Altitude going in with a 2-1 advantage. Bailey Dirksen finishing a little touch inside from Kiara Kilby. 6 minutes in, Jada Thompson made it 2 for Altitude with a nice lofted, delicate finish in the 31st minute. But that 2-goal advantage only lasted 4 minutes before Quinn Johnson hit a cracking free kick from about 20 yards out, pulling one back for the Rise. That's where we stand at half-time in this one. It's Vancouver Rise Academy 1, Altitude 2. Join us in 15 minutes for the second half of this one, because it's sure to be a cracker. Welcome back to Thunderbird Stadium at the Point Grey campus at the University of beautiful British Columbia. It's League 1 BC featured women's match of the week, and it's a battle between league leading Altitude FC and third place Vancouver Rise Academy. And if the second half is anything like the first, we are going to be in for an absolute cracking 45 minutes as the Rise get set to get the action underway in their lime green jerseys with the yellow trim and socks, going from right to left in this second half. Trailing the league leading Altitude by 2-1. Bailey Dirksen 6 minutes in. Jada Thompson in the 31st, putting Altitude into a 2-goal lead. Quinn Johnson with a stunning free kick in the 35th minute pulled one back for the Rise. There's been at least one substitution at half-time. For Altitude, going off is Sienna Gibson, the number 24. She is heading off to play for Canada U20s at the CONCACAF Championships tomorrow. So getting a first half of action to keep her legs fresh, and was very good in that first half as well. She's gone on at the break though, replaced by number 34, Sophia Peckinpah. That the only change I can see so far, at least for Altitude. In fact, and I spot another also on the pitch for the second half, is number 11, Hannah Baines, who will be going up against her sister, Zara Baines, who's on the ball just now. The two Baines sisters coming together in the middle of the park. And Zara will be heading off to UBC, joining her sister as that's a through ball. Great through ball there to get chased down. There have been some substitutions as well for the Rise, and I'm just trying to confirm who maybe went off here. But that was Bridget Mutapula chasing that one down. Now, we've seen her mostly playing as a centre-back, but seems to be leading the line in the second half beside Quinn Johnson for Rise Academy this afternoon. And I really thought Bridget Mutapula's season was going to be done after the injury she suffered against Langley in the featured game that we had a couple of weeks ago. But it's great to see her back and leading the line here. She does have 2 goals to her name so far this season.
Substitutions at the half. First substitution for Vancouver. Out of the match, number 41, Bianca Paddock. Into the match, number 48, Bridget Mutapula.
And just a confirmation there, Bridget Mutapula coming on for number 41, Bianca Paddock.
First substitution, out of the match, number 33, Ella Yee. And into the match, number 11, Hannah Baines.
And Claire Yee is the other Altitude player that made way.
And entering the match, number 7, Vanessa Tomei. Third substitution for Altitude. Out of the match, number 24, Sienna Gibson. Entering the match, number 34, Sophia Peckinpah.
Kiara Kilby also making way for Altitude at half-time. And it's Vanessa Tomei, the number 7, that is on for the second half here for the North Shore side, as they look to hold on to this lead that they've got. But it's a Rise doing all the running to start the second half so far. Nice touch and turn away there from Quinn Johnson. She's sent crashing to the deck. Claire Logan with a challenge there, and that's going to bring up a free kick for the Rise. About 5 yards inside the Altitude half. Kira Martin once again on set piece duties here for Rise Academy. Just going to send this high towards the edge of the Altitude box here. In fact, gets it into the box as the runners are made and bodies coming together there. Claire Logan down in a heap, and trying to work out who the Rise player is as well. Both up, just shake that off. Rafu tried to send that one through, but it was broken up by altitude. It just comes all the way back though, and the Rise will rebuild again. And it's a giveaway. Hannah Baines cutting that pass out, but good recovery play by the Rise to win it back very quickly. Johnson dropping deep to get that, plays it up to Mutapula. Dispossessed though by Ferreira. Nice touch forward by Sophia Ferreira, but brought down by Bridget Mutapula. And what you would normally describe as a striker's challenge from a striker, but she is a centre-back. But tough tackling, Bridget Mutapula, the 15-year-old from Halifax, getting an outing up front. Scored a pair of goals, and very high scoring 6-4 loss the Rise had against Unity a few weeks back on this very pitch. Now giving away the free kick that is chipped in by Dennehy. Headed clear only to the edge of the box, and the flashing shot comes in from Jada Thompson. Takes a deflection on the way through. That's going to bring up the first corner in the second half for the North Shore side. Tia Dennehy going to send this corner, and it's a high one into the 6-yard box. Powell, it's over her head, but Martin gets her head on it, heads it out, picked back up though by altitude. Thompson now goes to the byline. A good block there from Ciara Martin. Martin's such a fantastic player that we've seen the last couple of seasons on this Rise side. Played every minute of every game so far as the captain for the Rise, but she's going to have to defend another corner here as Gomez whips it into the near post, and Powell grabs it out of the air. Quick distribution as well to try and spark the Rise going the other way. Mutapula's making the run forward, gets the through ball, and closed down very well there by Ava Ferreira. As much as I've liked what I've seen from Bridget Mutapula in a centre-back role in last season and this season with the Caps and the Rise, it's nice to see her up front. She certainly has some pace, and I do wonder if I'll ask about this and find out more, but if this is going to be like a regular switch or if they will look for her to play both positions for this team. But she definitely adds a spark up front. You normally see a lot of centre-backs that have previously been strikers. Tristan Blackman, a good player to bring to mind. You don't often see them starting off as centre-backs and then making the switch to being up front. And that one just has too much on it, runs away from Olivia Gomez, and that'll be out for a Rise throw-in deep in their half. Second half has continued at the fast pace that we saw in the first. Reminder, the men's match between the Whitecaps and Altitude coming up on League 1 BC YouTube at 3 o'clock. Baines. It's a long ball forward now to try and get chased down. It is chased down very well there by Partovi. She tries to follow that through, but a nice little skip away from Sophia Ferreira. Sophia Ferreira at UBC we're more used to seeing as a left back or as a centre back, but playing in the right back position this afternoon for Altitude. Rise, keeping it alive. A dangerous ball into the box. Thompson tries to get on the edge of it. Comes to Baines. She turns away. So this is Baines now. That was Mutapula. Partovi took the touch inside. Ran out of room very quickly there. But Rise keeping hold of the ball, and this is a much better start to the second half than the first. As the long range effort comes in off the left post as well. Something from nothing there from the Rise, and they were almost back on level terms. I think Beckett thought that one was going wide, but Lacey Kindle with a long range shot there. That would have been a spectacular equaliser if the Rise had got that one, but the width off the post denying Kindle. Rise pushing again. Dragged back inside from Johnson. Still Johnson. Plays that forward inside to Kindle, but she's closed down very quickly. And then Tomei chasing this one all the way back with Betteridge, but again, good defensive play from the Rise here. They've definitely been the better team in this second half as Martin skips away with the tackle, and she'll send this one forward now for Kindle to try and chase down. But Gomez back doing good recovery work, and she'll send that into touch. Rise just want to quickly get on with it. Kindle again. Turns away, touch inside to Johnson, and she goes for the spectacular effort. Has the power, doesn't quite have the direction, and that's going to be high and over Dakota Beckett's bar. Remember, you can follow the action all season long by downloading the League 1 Canada app, available in Android and Apple stores, free to use, and it will have all the information you want about League 1 BC, League 1 Canada and League 1 Alberta. You'll get live score updates on the app as well, so you can follow the action wherever you are. And if you've been following the action this afternoon here at Thunderbird Stadium, you've taken in a cracking nearly first hour here. And you'd expect nothing left between these two teams. Was the big reason I picked this as our featured games of the week for this match day. 4 games on both the men and the women's side today. Rare that every game is on the one day of the week, but that's what we've got this weekend, and a couple of the other matches will be getting streamed as well, so you can catch that action on League 1 BC's YouTube. This is our featured game though, and it's living up to its billing. Very much in the balance just now. Pick and paw, keeping hold of the ball into the attention of Rocky Partovi. Ferreira, second bite at the cherry. Out to Peckinpah. Gets away from Partovi, but Partovi recovers so well. And almost kept it in there, but instead it's out for a corner. Third of the second half here for Altitude. Gomez over again on corner kick duty. Our mark has ticked by as Gomez sends this one in. It's another good delivery. It's an in-swinger. And Powell had to do so well to get on to the end of that one. Samantha Powell, haven't got a height for her. That's something I keep meaning to get. She's got a very good striking figure between the sticks for the rise as they get something going the other way. Kindle plays it forward to Mutapula. She could do with a little bit of help. Tries to get that inside to Baines, but broken up by Ava Ferreira. Dirksen now drags that one back as she looks for the run. Thompson had made it, but just checked a little bit. Altitude keeping it alive. They've not been able to muster too much offensively to start this second half. Can they get something going here? Thompson inside to Dennehy. She makes room for the shot. It's too high in the end, trying to go for the dipper, but just had too much on that, and that's high and over Samantha Powell's bar. Remember, if you want to get in touch during the broadcast, you can do so on X at AFTN Canada, AFTN Canada, or AFTN Canada at hotmail.com. If none of those things are for you, and if you're on Blue Sky, you can also get in touch on that via AFTN. We like to make these broadcasts interactive. Broken up by Dennehy. Chance now for Altitude to get something going. And the touch and turn, but just a heavy return pass there from Hannah Baines. The ball breaks nicely here for Mutapula. She's got Johnson to her right. Little touch outside. Johnson has a lot of work to do. Fires the shot in. And it's just parried away from Beckett and then mopped up by the Altitude defence. But that pass out, cut out very well there by Partovi, who's having a good, strong start to the second half here on this right side. Sorry, left side. The rise waste that opportunity a little bit, give the ball straight back to Altitude for a throw-in of their own. But Partovi again doing well to take that off the foot of Baines. She's got a few options ahead of her. Touch inside to Mutapula. She was looking for a pass to the runner that wasn't coming. Partovi gets it back now. And it's a loose one there from Partovi, and it's pounced upon by Dirksen. and she'll bring this forward at pace. She's got Tomei up ahead of her. Thompson to her inside, goes for the overlapping run of Gomez. Tomei now inside to Thompson, back to Vanessa Tomei. She cuts that back looking for Hannah Baines, but it's cut out by the rise. Altitude keeping it alive. Ferreira. The shot coming in from Sophia Peckinpah. Bit of a heavy pass in the end from Ferreira and had to get brought down there by Peckinpah, but the shot coming in the end and easily dealt with by Samantha Powell. It's just overhit out of the back there and nothing really Partovi could do to keep that one in from Taya Mason. Altitudes had their best spell of the second half these last 5 minutes after a strong return to action after the restart from the Rise, but the Rise still very much in this one, still just a 1-goal game, and it is a game. I mean, the Rise, after going 2 goals down, I'm sure would very much take a point, but they could really do with all 3 to try and boost their championship hopes here. They already have a 5-point deficit to the league leading Altitude. They don't want that to increase to 8. Unity though, pushing Altitude all the way at the top of the table. It's going to be a good run in as that ball tries to spring Mutapula, but the flag up on the far side. The Rise look like they're going to make another substitution imminently. But for now, they're going to have to defend a free kick as Altitude get it about 10 yards into the Rise half. And this will give Dennehy another opportunity to send a set piece into the box. Instead of a little touch to the outside, a wide open Claire Logan here has room to work with. Sends it up the wing to Peckinpah, but her pass inside, nobody in a black jersey, and Martin will mop that one up. Quinn Johnson battling away, trying to keep that in. The 18-year-old unable to do so. Johnson will be one of the graduating seniors on this Vancouver Rise team heading down to the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga for the upcoming NCAA season. That is the tough thing for this Rise team. You are going to lose players that are going to be graduating and going off to college. Not as many this year though, as we've seen in previous years. It's a much younger Rise team. And they've had a couple of struggles this year, but performances like we've seen at the start of the second half show that they can go to toe-to-toe with their older counterparts in matches. But they have to defend here as that through ball comes to Dirksen. I thought she'd timed her run well there, but the flag up on the near side as the through ball came in from Jada Thompson. And now we will get our substitution for the Rise, and making way is Taya Mason.
In the 70th minute, leaving the match, number 58, Taya Mason. And entering the match, number 65, Iri Omoteo.
And Iri Omoteo coming in now for Vancouver Rise. A returning Whitecaps elite alumni. Mateo's first appearance of this 2025 League 1 BC season. Villanova University's where she's been playing her college game, as we get another substitution here. Ava Ferreira, number C17, making way for Altitude.
For substitution for Altitude, also in the 70th minute, leaving the match, number 17, Ava Ferreira. And entering the match, number 38, Aurora Hughes-Goyette.
And number 38, Aurora Hughes-Goyette, coming in for Altitude. Her 4th year now with Altitude. There's been a lot of turnover, a lot of changes, obviously with Jessie Simons coming in, bringing a lot of the UBC girls, past, present and future with them. But Aurora Hughes-Goyette, one of those players that has played every single season for Altitude. In her first 3 seasons, she's got 3 goals every single season so far, has 1 on the year, so she'll be looking to add at least another 2 before this season comes to an end, just so she can keep that record going. Obviously she'd like a lot more than that. And Thompson, who is leading the team in scoring just now, again putting on the Jets, hitting the byline, but her cutback this time is turned behind for another Rise corner kick. Into the last 20. And the game still very much on the balance. You don't want to take your eyes off this one. It's end-to-end stuff. Altitude have weathered that early storm to begin the second half from the Rise, and have been the team more in the ascendancy in the last 10 minutes or so. And Taya Dennehy now will look to see if they can turn that into a 3rd goal. Another good delivery to the back post for Herrera. Heads it back into the danger zone. Rise get it clear. Only as far as Tomei, and she just miscontrols that a little bit and they're forced back. And the hustle from the Rise, forcing the mistake on the far side, and it's going to bring up a Rise throw-in midway in their half. They've got 18 minutes and stoppage time to find at least the equaliser here. But not if they give the ball away like that. Thompson, touch inside. Baines could maybe have gone for the shot herself. Ended up playing it out to Peckinpah, who had to work hard to keep that one in. And Baines put under pressure from her sister. And now Kindle doing well just to push Dennehy off, and it's a dangerous through ball. Didn't quite get the direction to get Mutapula in, but that was good work by Lacey Kindle there. And just showing she's not going to get pushed around out there. She might only be 15 and going up against players like Taya Dennehy, where she's given up a little bit of age difference. Five years difference between Dennehy and Kindle. Dirksen now gives that back to Tomei. She finds room to get the cross in, looking for Thompson. But another big Rise clearance gets the danger out of their 18-yard box. You feel it's going to come back in again, though, pretty quickly. Good movement by Altitude, but broken up by the Rise, and they'll storm forward, and it's Lacey Kindle again. She's still got a lot of pace in those young legs. Touch outside to Mutapula. She almost got the breakthrough there. She took the touch, but ushered behind, and just right idea from the Rise. They still have a lot of energy in those legs. And I was about to say Claire Logan getting a talking to. Now, I thought I'd seen the card there, but it's a last warning for Claire Logan. Next tackle from her, she's going to be going into the book. For now, though, brings up another free kick opportunity for Martin. 10 yards inside the altitude half. 45 yards out from goal. This is about the only time I do welcome seeing football markings on the pitches. Martin, another willy on that, and almost touchdown for Mutapula. Kindle and Mutapula have linked up very well in the second half. Gomez bringing that forward. Gets it back. The streak and run from Gomez. Touch inside now to Thompson. She plays it inside to Hannah Baines. Her shot blocked by Martin. Dennehy now switches it to the back, and Altitude will just play the patience game. Move it along the back line and get it going again up the left-hand side. Most of Altitude's attacks, it has to be said, in this second half have certainly come up that left-hand side. And Gomez has been in the thick of a lot of it. As Ferreira, can it get kept in by Peckinpah? It was asking a lot from her, and it just runs behind. The two coaches just now, Sam Gavot's going to have been happy with how his team started this second half. They've pushed hard, they've had a good response from going 2-0 down. Jesse Simons will be a little bit disappointed that some of the creative spark that we saw in that first half hasn't really been there in the second. They have enjoyed a little bit more possession though in the last 10-15 minutes. But they haven't really been able to carve out any clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities from them. And tussling away in the middle of the park once again is Lacey Kindle. Wins a free kick for her side. Just slightly closer, about 2 yards, than we saw from the effort a couple of moments ago. And Martin once again standing over this one. Another good delivery into the box. It's flicked on by Bain. She can't direct it towards goal, and that will just run behind as we're going to get another Rise substitution here. And Rocky Partovi is making way. Coming on for the Rise.
Third substitution for Vancouver in the 79th
I think it's number
minute.
66. I'll just wait for the confirmation here.
Leading the match, number 33, Raquel Partovi. And entering the match, number 66.
And it is number 66, Daniela Feria Estrada, the player coming on. Feria Estrada, 16-year-old. This is her first season in League One. Has played in all 5 of their games so far, all of them as a sub. And she's got 1 goal and 1 assist to her name so far this season. And the Rise will be hoping she can maybe spark the equaliser in these last 11 minutes. But it's Altitude on the ball just now. Great tackle coming in to win it back, and now the Rise will be going the other way. Johnson was making the run. Now the ball does go forward for her, but just unfairly challenging. And that decision will go against the Rise.
Later this afternoon, the Vancouver Whitecaps MLS Academy takes on Altitude FC here at Thunderbird Stadium at 3 p.m.
We're going to get another altitude substitution now. And Bailey Dirkson's day is done. She opened the scoring 6 minutes in. Hasn't really had too many looks on goal since then. And she's going off, hobbling a little bit. They'll be hoping that that's nothing too serious. And Holly Whelan, the number 6, coming on. So if the Rise think they're going to get some respite from the dangerous Bailey Dirkson, instead they've got the dangerous Holly Whelan, who had an absolutely fantastic second season with UBC Thunderbirds. 9 goals in the 2024 season. Hadn't scored in her rookie season. 9 goals in her second season. She's had 5 assists over her 2 years at UBC as well. And she's got League One experience, not in BC. She did play for Alliance United last year and in 2023 out in League One Ontario. Got a couple of goals both seasons, so we'll see what she can do for Jessie Simon's side in the last 9 minutes and change here. Peckinpah breaks that one up and then gets the return pass from Baines. She'll send this up for Thompson to chase down. We know she's got the speed. Jada Thompson, she's no support. She's probably going to have to go herself here. She is. She's dancing her way through this Rise defence. Can't dance her way past Kira Martin though. Tries to bundle her over and gives away the free kick. I'm not really sure what Jada Thompson's complaining about there. It was a free kick every day of the week. But you just see how dangerous Jada Thompson is. And those long ball forwards, the burst of speed from her there. Just left defenders in her wake, but couldn't find a way past Kira Martin, who once again has led from the back for this Rise side. I'm a big Kira Martin fan, if you haven't gathered that from the broadcast. Kira Martin, one of the graduate seniors as well. She's heading down for her first college season in the fall, down at Santa Clara. Lovely part of the California landscape that she's going to be heading down to. As that ball comes forward, it's well read though by Ferreira. Johnson though still showing a lot of pace and hustle to break that one up. Nice little nutmeg there, but can't get on to the ball. Rise keeping it alive though. Mutapula at the back post was waiting to pounce, but it gets taken away from her and it's going to be behind now for a Rise corner kick. And Martin again will be over in set piece duty here. Martin with the in-swinger, met there by Quinn Johnson, looking for her second of the game, but just couldn't get the connection on it she was looking for. And it just runs off her chest and behind the altitude goal. Ferreira tries to get that up the wing, but well blocked by Mutapula. Holly Whelan now gets a chance to bring it forward, out to Gomez. Touch inside to Johnson. She gets that broken up though by Omateo. Mutapula out in a left wing role now for the Rise. Nice little touch inside. Goes for the curling effort. Audacious attempt there from Bridget Mutapula. Couldn't quite get the curl on it and just runs by the right hand post, as we're going to get a double altitude substitution now. And Subs board still getting readied, so referee just getting the action back underway as Altitude wait to make this double sub. Ferreira now powers forward. Loose one from her, looking for Thompson, but cut out by Mateo. Dennehy now to a wide open Sophia Peckinpah. She's got Tomei making the run to the back post, and she tries to find her. It's cleared by the Rise. Just runs away from Holly Whelan, who returns to the ball and twists and gets the shot off, but can't get it on target. And it'll just run past the right-hand post as Altitude still waiting to make this double switch. Rafu keeps it alive. It's a nice ball forward to Thompson, but she can't dig it out of the turf. And Aurora Hughes Goyette back, doing a good defensive role there to break it up. Now we finally will get this substitution for Altitude and making way.
Substitutions for Altitude FC in the 87th minute. There's 6th substitution. Leading the match, number 34,
Sophia Peckinpah and Hannah Baines, the two players making way.
Sheila
Rasul, the number 16, coming on.
Substitution for Altitude FC.
And number 35.
Out of the match, number 11,
Avery, no, Paige Payne, sorry.
And entering the match, number 35, Paige Payne.
Paige Payne's been playing a couple of different numbers for Altitude this season. Just used to number 35 being Avery Tulloch, and then looked up and realised that wasn't Avery that was out there. That's Mutapula. Fancy footwork to get away there. Really sold the dummy to Sophia Ferreira there and sends a dangerous cross in, but no takers for the Rise, and Altitude will bring it out. Sheila Rasul, the number 16. Three different players have had that number 16 jersey so far this season for Altitude. As the Rise get a corner kick into the last 2 minutes here at Thunderbird Stadium. Altitude still holding that narrow 2-1 lead. They won the first meeting last month between these two teams by a 1-goal margin. It was 3-2 that day. Martin, another good delivery! And I thought that was headed towards goal. In the end, it was more of a clearance than anything. My initial angle, I thought that was heading in. Or at least it was going to force a save out of Dakota Beckett. Betteridge forced back, as is Rafu. And a bit of a giveaway there from Mateo, but she gets back to recover well under the attention and pressure from Tomei, who wins a free kick for that challenge. And Altitude will not be in any hurry to take this one as we move into the last minute, and we'll keep our eye on the fourth official. Altitude would like to just put this game to bed now. Gomez up the wing looking for Rasul. Rasul battling away unfairly, according to referee Obreo, and it's going to get quickly taking this free kick from the Rise. Time running out quickly if the Rise are going to avoid falling 8 points behind Altitude. The way Altitude have been playing, that is not a gap that you would see getting made up. I think we're going to have new League 1 BC champions crowned at the end of this season.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
And a minimum of 3 minutes time to get added on here. 3 minutes for the Rise to find that equaliser. And they'll look to try and keep as much pressure and keep the ball in this Altitude half for as much of these 3 minutes as possible. Baines picks up the loose ball, comes out to Ferry Estrada. She was in an offside position though. She was in acres of room. You have to keep yourself onside there. You need to look across the line. Altitude playing a little bit dangerously, just moving the ball along the back line, but survive and get it out. Turned over though. Martin now picks it up. Just runs away from Geese. And Tomei sends that up looking for Sheila Rasul. Rasul's third year in League 1B. She was with Notsummit in 23, Burnaby last season. Now back under Jesse Simon's tutelage here with Altitude. As Altitude now will look to try and keep hold of the ball, and that's given away very cheaply by Thompson. Martin breaks it up. Johnson tries to play that inside, looking for Kindle. Now Rasul will try and chase this down. She's in a foot race here. And it's Rise that come away with it. Kira Martin. Ferry Estrada now. Oh, Mateo, can she get past Tomei? Tomei, good defensive play from the winger, not allowing Mateo a chance to get the cross in. We're into the last minute of the minimum of 3 allocated by the referee. Are we in for late drama at Thunderbird Stadium? Mutapula can't bring it down, but she does get a little shove in the back from Ferreira. And that's going to bring up a free kick opportunity, and it could be the Rise's last opportunity of the match to try and salvage something from this. The one goal they have got was from Quinn Johnson, from a free kick from a very similar distance in the first half. This to the left of the D, the one in the first half, more to the right. But we've seen she's got a rocket off a shot. Can Lightning strike twice for Vancouver Rise here? We've played the minimum of 3. This is probably going to be the last kick off the game. 4 players lined up in the wall by Dakota Beckett. 22 yards out. Quinn Johnson. Strikes it low this time and just didn't really get the power on it, and that's easily held by Dakota Beckett, and that should be the last action of this one. And Altitude holding on after being a little bit under the cosh at times in this second half. And that is the final whistle. The Rise stay looking at the chase as Altitude stay perfect on the season. 6 wins from 6 now for the North Shore side under Jesse Simons. All the goals in the first half of this one. Bailey Dirksen getting the goal scoring underway 6 minutes in. Kiara Kilby with the assist. 31st minute, Jada Thompson with a nice lofted finish after a save from Powell. The rebound fell to her. Quinn Thompson pulled one back for Vancouver Rise 4 minutes later. Great free kick in the 35th minute. But that was all the Rise could muster, and Altitude come away with a 2-1 victory. They move to 18 points and they extend their gap now over Vancouver Rise to 8 points on the season. That feels insurmountable for the Rise to make up. The Rise do not look like they're going to lift another League 1BC championship, but there's certainly plenty of teams that will fancy their chances of doing that, Altitude being one of them, and they will be back in action next week as they take on, as I just find this here, but they're playing next week. I can't find my schedule. That's all you need to know. Oh, here we go. May 25th, they are away to Langley. For the Rise, they have a game midweek away to Burnaby. I've been Michael McCall. Thank you for being with us for this one. The men's game comes up at 3 o'clock as Whitecaps Academy take on Altitude, both teams needing a win in that. If you're joining me for that, I'll talk to you then. If you're not, enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll catch you at the pitch again soon.